White taking an early lead. Measle around through 1 and 2. Backing it down to the bottom of the track. Looks like they will stack back up side by side. Or he's getting it going again. Getting the loop back around. Just in time. Slowly but surely getting back up to speed. Looking to roll in that top groove. Spadaro got that whole middle groove all the way around. Rolled in pretty good during hot laps. Oh, he got it that time. Coming across the stripe now, we got 4 down, 4 to go. Wade White still your leader, followed by the 115 of Measle in second. Oh, he loops it pretty good, going through 1 and 2. Wow, Wade White, your heat race winner. Now coming out of turn 4, we are green flag racing with our Sport Compacts. Wizenette taking the lead down the front straightaway, racing into turn 1. We got 3 wide into turn 1 for the number 4 spot. Clifton moving up to third. Now here comes Bajan on the outside, racing down the back straightaway for the top spot into turn 3. Bajan running a middle groove through 3 and 4. He'll come out, your new leader. Pamela Wizenette falling back to second. Now here comes Harold Clifton moving up to third. Rick Sopp, your pole setter, slowly falling back to 7th. Here we got a battle for third. We got Newberry and Clifton bumper to bumper down the back straightaway into turn 3. Meanwhile, your leader, Bajan, slowly pulling away. Newberry way squarely through 4. Now they're racing door to door into turn 1. Wizenette all over the back bumper of Clifton through 1 and 2. Here comes Newberry looking to join the mix. Oh, here comes Wizenette on the bottom looking to take away third, pushing way up out of 4. Clifton keeping the position. Oh, beating and banging through 1 and 2. Wizenette getting almost looped around. Coming out of turn 2, she'll keep it going straight, won't lose a spot. Meanwhile, Bajan coming across the stripe. We got 4 down, 4 to go. The 0-1 of Pamela Wizenette in second. Harold Clifton in third. Wizenette on the bottom of Clifton through 1 and 2, looking to take away the number 3 spot. Now here comes Newberry up top, pushing way up and losing a lot of ground. And here comes Wizenette on the bottom, going into 3, taking the number 3 spot. Harold Clifton looking to cross him over out of 4 to take that spot back. Bajan, Wizenette, and Wizenette, your top 3, and we got one almost all the way around in turn 1. Here comes your leader across the stripe. We got 6 down, 2 laps to go. On Newberry all over the back of Clifton going into 3. Now here they come out of turn 4. Here comes your leader, Brian Bajan, come out of turn 4 for the white flag. Meanwhile, down the back straightaway, we got a battle for 4th with Clifton and Newberry door to door and racing into turn 3. Here comes the 99 on the outside, taking away the number 5 spot as they come across for the white flag. Your leader, Brian Bajan, the number 45, coming out of turn 4 will be your heat race Sport Compact winner. Leading them through 3 and 4, lights out, looking green flag out of turn 4. We are Sport Mod Racing. Devin Burgess with a huge run off the top as they race into turn 1. Tyler Bragg running in the bottom through 1 and 2, taking away the number 2 spot. Now here comes Taylor Florio on the bottom down the back straightaway, challenging Campbell for 3rd. As they race down into turn 3, Campbell up top, Florio on the bottom as they come out of turn 4, racing for the 3rd spot. Oh, Campbell way squarely out of turn 4, falling all the way back to 5th. Then here comes Tyler Bragg out of turn 2, taking the lead from Devin Burgess down the back straightaway. Bragg running the middle groove through 3 and 4, putting a gap on Burgess for 2nd. We got a battle back in the back. We got Chris Florio and Campbell duking it out for the number 4 spot. And we got Bragg around through 1 and 2. I just missed it. We are still green flag racing. Devin Burgess, your new leader. Everyone picking up a spot as Bragg gets it looped back around the right way. Devin Burgess, Taylor Florio, and Chris Florio, your top 3. Now here comes Charles Campbell in 4th. Tyler Bragg, gonna see how much ground he can make up. Falling way back. Looks like we got Chris Florio catching up on his daughter Taylor as he races out of 2 down the back straightaway. Don Campbell gets around and through 1 and 2. Got into that mud and spun himself around. So Bragg will move up to 4th. Chris slowly slowing the gap on his daughter Taylor as he races into turn 3. He's making that car look flawless in this heat race. Chris about 4 car lengths back from the number 2 spot as he races into turn 3, throwing it in there hard. Taylor on the bottom out of turn 4. We are white flag, 1 lap to go. Devin Burgess still opening up a gap. Here comes Chris racing out of turn 2 down the back straightaway, looking to take away the number 2 spot. He'll have 2 more corners to go. Here comes Devin Burgess. He'll be your heat race winner. As Wurianga rolls them through 3. We'll have 8 laps of the distance. Now we are stock car racing coming out of turn 4 as they race down into turn 1. Spillman out to the early lead, followed by Wurianga and Plonsky, your top 3. Now here comes Pritchett on the high side, taking away the number 4 spot. Racing down the back straightaway. Here comes Joe O'Brien on the bottom, racing into turn 3. O'Brien and Pritchett door-to-door racing for the number 3 spot into turn 1. Worrying away up through 1 and 2, falling back to 4th. Now back to 5th as they race door-to-door down the back straightaway. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Bizanet racing all the way up to 4th as they come through 3 and 4. Zach Spillman, your leader, opening up a gap. We're there door-to-door, banging 3 wide into turn 1 in the back of the pack. Spillman, O'Brien, and Plonsky, your top 3. Now here comes Taylor on the bottom, racing down the back straightaway, taking away the number 5 spot. We got Bryce Pritchett slowing down the back straightaway. So we'll have yellow flag for Bryce Pritchett. And we are green flag racing. Zach starting him in the middle of 3 and 4. We got door-to-door action already for the number 3 spot. Bizanet and Plonsky racing down into turn 1. Now here comes Joe O'Brien off the bottom of 2, looking to take away the top spot. Racing down the back straightaway, O'Brien on the bottom, Spillman up top. Racing through 3 and 4. O'Brien seems to be your new leader as they race out of turn 4. Spillman falling back to 2nd. Abby and Clark in the back of the pack racing for the number 7 spot. They're 1 and 2. Clark on the bottom. Abby hoping to get a run up top down the back straightaway. Your leader, O'Brien, opening up a gap as he races down the front straightaway. Now here comes Taylor on the bottom of Bissonette, racing down into turn 1. Bissonette way up in 1 and 2, losing to the number 3 spot. Now here comes Clark on the bottom of Plonsky down the back straightaway, taking away 5th. Meanwhile, your leader, the 14 of Joe O'Brien, checking out from the field. Now here comes Taylor in the number 5, challenging Zach Spillman. Coming out of turn 2 on the bottom, taking away the number 2 spot as Zach pushes up out of turn 2, giving up the number 2 spot to Taylor. We have 2 laps to go now as they race across the stripe. O'Brien, Taylor, Spillman, Bissonette, and Clark, your top 5. Here comes Bissonette, looking to the bottom of Spillman for the number 3 spot. As they race through 3. And coming out of 4, have 1 more lap to challenge them. Meanwhile, O'Brien still checking out from the rest of the pack. Here comes Bissonette on the bottom through 1 and 2, trying to take away that 3rd spot. As 2, 3, and 4 race down the back straightaway. O'Brien will be your heat race number 1 winner. Clint rolling him into 3. We got lights out. We are factory stock racing. Coming out of turn 4. Here comes Bissonette on the bottom down the front straightaway, looking to take away the top spot already. As they race through 1 and 2, Bissonette on the bottom. Howard running that middle groove off of 2, racing down the back straightaway. Melissa Bailey falling all the way back. Here comes Bissonette looking to the bottom of Howard once again as they race out of turn 4. As they are door-to-door racing down the front straightaway into turn 1. Bissonette taking the top spot through 1 and 2, pushing way up out of turn 2. Here comes Howard trying to cross them over as they race down the back straightaway into turn 3. Bissonette pushing once again. Here comes Howard on the bottom, taking back the top spot off of 4. Here comes a Terry Dumas from the 3rd spot, looking to make it a 3-car battle for the lead through 1 and 2. As they race down the back straightaway, Howard opening up a little bit of a gap. And here comes Bissonette back down on the bottom, racing turn down out of turn 4, down the front straightaway. As they are bumper to bumper, racing into turn 1. Bissonette putting a bumper on Howard through 1 and 2, looking to push him up the track. Howard, Bissonette, Dumas, Bailey, and Abby, your top 5. As they come across the stripe now, we got 4 down, 4 to go. Now here comes Bissonette looking top side as they race into turn 1 to get a run off the cushion down the back straightaway as they race door to door down the back straightaway. Howard still your leader. Now here comes Bissonette racing hard up into the cushion through 3. Coming out of turn 4, Howard still your leader. But here comes Bissonette making a run off the top groove, racing down into turn 1. Howard still has the edge. Bissonette getting a big run off that cushion as they are almost perfect door to door down the back straightaway. Now here comes Terry Dumas on the bottom. Just a car length back, looking to make it a 3-car battle for the top spot. As Bissonette pushes out of turn 4, losing about a car length of ground now. Now here comes Terry Dumas on the bottom, looking to take away the number 2 spot. Some contact in 1 and 2. Terry Dumas now moving up to 2nd. Dumas on the bottom. Howard slowing up in 3 as they come out of turn 4. We have white flag, 1 lap to go. Howard, your leader. Bissonette all over the back bumper of Dumas as they race into turn 1 for the number 2 spot. Dumas giving them a little rub, letting them know he's there as they race down the back straightaway. They have 2 more corners for that top spot. Hoping for a little bit of bump and run by Howard Strong on the bottom out of turn 4. Clint Howard in the number 21 will be your heat race number 1 factory stock winner, followed by the 55D of Terry Dumas, the 818 of Bissonette. And here comes Abby out of turn 4. We are green flag racing down the front straightaway. Here comes Spadaro racing down into turn 1, looking to take away the number 2 spot from Baker. Now here they come 3 wide out of turn 2, racing down the back straightaway. Now racing down into turn 3, we got Brizard on the bottom and Wallem up top, battling for the number 3 spot. Brizard will come out in 3rd. Meanwhile, here comes Spadaro on the bottom, challenging Abby for the top spot. Abby running that middle groove. Spadaro down, hugging the tires. Spadaro, your new leader, racing down the back straightaway into turn 3. There's Joe O'Brien banging the bottom, coming out of turn 4, racing for the number 4 spot with that 76 in of Nino. Here comes Abby looking to the bottom of Spadaro after he pushes through 1 and 2, but it will not be enough. Spadaro holds him off. Now here comes Nino racing door to door for the number 3 spot with Spadaro. A little contact through 3 and 4, no harm, no foul. Coming out of turn 4, racing down the front straightaway. Nino will move up to 3rd. Racing down into turn 1, a little contact with Abby. Nino taking the number 2 spot away. As they come out of turn 2, here comes Brizard up top, taking away the number 4 spot from O'Brien. As they race down into turn 3, almost 3 wide. Here comes Brizard looking to take away 3rd from Abby. So we have 4 down, 4 to go with heat race number 2. Spadaro still your leader. The 76 in of Nino running them down, pushing way up through 1 and 2. Abby looking to the bottom off of turn 2. Brizard pushing way up the track, falling all the way back to 6th. There comes Abby on the bottom, coming out of turn 3 out of 4. Nino holding them off, retaining 2nd place. The 33K of Shelby Baker just left us down the back straightaway. But here comes O'Brien off the bottom, taking away the number 4 spot. Grant Wallem taking back 5th. Now here comes your leader, Sam Spadaro on the number 33. We got two laps to go. Here comes O'Brien to the inside of Abby, racing down into turn 1. Well, they're bumper to bumper banging out of turn 2 as they race down the back straightaway. Spadaro with about a 2-car length lead over Nino as they come out of turn 4. We'll have white flag waving, 1 lap to go. Spadaro, Nino, Abby, your top 3. Here comes O'Brien all over the back bumper of Abby out of turn 2. Now here comes Brizard, door-to-door racing down into turn 3 for the number 5 spot. Pushing way up the track now, but here comes Sam Spadaro, your heat race number 2 winner. But it looks like we got lights out now as DeGroat leads them through 3. And we are modified racing now as Abby roaring off the top groove down into turn 1. Here comes Egbert on the bottom of DeGroat looking to take away the number 2 spot. Racing door to door down the back straightaway down into turn 3. Egbert will take 2nd, DeGroat in 3rd. Here comes Deming on the bottom. As they are 3 wide out of turn 4 for the number 2 spot. Racing down the front straightaway. Staying 3 wide down into turn 1. Deming, DeGroat, Egbert 3 wide from the number 2 spot. Egbert up and over the cushion. Deming taking 2nd. Now here comes Hardy Henderson at number 63, racing hard for that 3rd spot. Coming out of turn 4, DeGroat and Henderson door to door down the front straightaway. Meanwhile, your leader, the number 7 of Jeffrey Abbey, checking out a straightaway lead after 2 laps. Deming up to 2nd, now Hardy in 3rd, Egbert in 4th. Now battle for 5th between Rogers and DeGroat. DeGroat all over the back of Rogers, looking to take away that number 5 spot out of turn 2. Now here comes Good Jr. down the back straightaway, keeping up with the pack. Jeffrey Abbey opening up an enormous lead here after 3 laps. Here comes Hardy Henderson all over the back of Deming as they race through turn 3. And here comes your leader. We have 4 down, 4 to go. But here comes Hardy looking at the bottom of Deming off of 4. As they race into 1, Harding, Henderson still looking at the bottom as they are door to door for the number 2 spot. Down the back straightaway, Hardy Henderson moving up to 2nd. Deming on the bottom looking to cross him over, coming out of turn 4. Hardy Henderson will keep second place. Deming falling back to third, but here comes Egbert running the bottom groove. Abby, your leader, showing no mercy, taking this field to school. Oh, Henderson way up out of 2. Deming closing up the gap. And now they race into turn 3. Henderson up top. Deming on the bottom coming out of turn 4. As we have 2 laps to go. And we got the 0-2 of Rogers off the back straightaway. The number 37 of Jeffrey Abbey, your leader, coming out of turn 4. We have 1 lap to go. Followed by the 63 of Hardy Henderson, the 3C of Deming, the 44 of Egbert, and the 92 of DeGroat. And already coming back around, your heat race number 1A modified winner, the number 37 of Jeffrey Abbey. And here we are, green flag racing. Wade White and Measle door to door battling for the top spot, leading them to the stripe. White running the bottom, Measle up top as they battle for the top spot through 1 and 2. Wade White and the number 68, your leader, as they roar down the back straightaway into turn 3. Measle challenging him on the bottom of 3 and 4. Both of them a little squirrely in the middle of the corner, racing door to door down the front straightaway. White running that middle groove. Measle hoping for a run off the bottom. They're now nose to tail racing down the back straightaway. Measle looking back down to the bottom through 3 and 4. Coming out of the corner, Wade White, still your leader as they come across the stripe. Oh, Measle almost to the back bumper. White almost giving him a shove through the corner. Once again, they're racing down into turn 3. As Measle looks to the bottom once again, but Wade White getting a strong run off that top groove coming off of turn 4. Slowly opening up about a car length gap on Measle, as both of them running that low to mid groove. Here comes Measle on the bottom of 1 and 2, almost up to his door. Wade White getting a run off mid corner, roaring down the back straightaway. Racing down through 3 and 4. Wade way up through 3 and 4. Measle on the bottom. But White with the big run keeping the lead. As they race through 1 and 2, White putting a 2-car length gap down the back straightaway into turn 3. As they come up on lap traffic here. White, still your leader, slowly pulling away from Measle. Almost some contact with that 200 car. As they race down through 1 and 2. White getting by lap traffic. Here comes Measle looking bottom side, but just not big enough of a run. Now racing into turn 3, gets just past him. So there, 8 down and 7 to go now. White with about a 5-car length lead over Measle back in second place. Measle still trying to make up some bottom, running that bottom groove out of 3. Now back up to the middle through 1 and 2. As White is slowly inching away. He put about another car length gap between them that lap. Measle way sideways through 3, coming out of 4. We got 10 down, 5 laps to go. Wade White in that 68 starts pulling away. Now coming up on the 17X, who's running 3rd. Measle slowly closing the gap just a little bit as they race down the back straightaway. As they come across the stripe this time by, should be 3 to go. As Measle is slowly closing that gap in these last 3 laps. See if we'll have a last lap battle for the top spot. As White pushes off of 4, Measle with a good run off the bottom, making about a car length and a half gap. We have 2 laps to go. Your leader, Wade White, coming up on the 3rd place car, 17X now. As they come out of turn 4, we'll have 1 lap to go in this street stock feature. Measle following another couple car lengths back. We got 1 car around in turn 2. We'll keep it going as Wade White leads your top 3 down into turn 3. Here comes Measle looking for a run off the bottom off of turn 4. Wade White will be your street stock feature winner. Here comes the 01 of Pamela Wizenet rolling them through 3 and 4. We got lights out, looking green flag action. Now coming out of turn 4, we are racing once again. Wizenet already wearing out the back bumper of Bajan, who's running 2nd. As they race through 1 and 2, Bajan looking top side for that top spot. Newberry and Wizenet racing door-to-door down the back straightaway for that number 4 spot. And here comes Brian Bajan up top. Wizenet hitting a few ruts through 3 and 4 as they are door-to-door down the front straightaway for the top spot. We're now 3 wide into turn 1 for the number 2 spot. Bajan, Wizenet, Clifton, your top 3. Newberry stealing the number 4 spot away from Clifton Wizenet, who is now running that top groove, looking to take away 4th and maybe 3rd, coming out of turn 4, racing down the front straightaway. Clifton Wizenet moving all the way up to 3rd in 2 corners. Now searching for 2nd, racing door-to-door with Pam Wizenet down the back straightaway deep into turn 3. Now setting his sights on Brian Bajan, your new leader. Here comes Newberry off of turn 4, way up. Wizenet looking top side off of turn 2, looking to take away that top spot from Bajan in the number 45. As they race door-to-door down into turn 3, Bajan on the bottom, Wizenet up top. Bajan pushing up, Wizenet crossing them over. Door-to-door for the top spot down the front straightaway into turn 1. Wizenet now racing through turn 2 will be your new leader. Bajan falling back to 2nd. Pam Wizenet falling all the way back to 6th now with some problems through 1 and 2. Meanwhile, a battle for 3rd between Clifton and Newberry as they race through 3 and 4. But here comes Lockabay in the 99, looking to make it a 3-car battle. Clifton on the bottom, Newberry up top, as he looks to retain the 3rd spot as they race down into turn 3. And Pamela Wizenet in that 01 pulling into the infield. Clifton, Wizenet still your leader, followed by Bajan, Newberry, Clifton, and Lockabay, your top 5. We got a battle way back in the back with Howard and Crofton. But now racing through 3 and 4. Our 3 leaders nose to tail out of turn 4 down the front straightaway. About a car length apart. The Newberry's looking top side of Bajan, hoping to take away the number 2 spot as they race down the back straightaway. Newberry all over the back bumper of Bajan through 3 and 4, racing down the front straightaway now. Meanwhile, Lockabay moves up to 4th, moving the 47C of Clifton down back to 5th. Now Wizenet way up out of 2, Bajan making up a lot of ground as they race down the back straightaway. Wizenet a little slow through the corner, Bajan almost right on his back bumper. Now here comes Lockabay in the 99, closing the gap for 3rd. Bajan with the strong run off the bottom, but Wizenet with the power down the back straightaway. And here comes Lockabay challenging Newberry for that number 3 spot. as we have 5 laps to go now across the stripe. Lockabay was looking topside, getting way squirrely through the corner, losing a lot of ground. As Wizenette is slowly inching away from Bajent as they race out of turn 4 onto the front straightaway. Clifton, Wizenette, Brian Bajent, Scott Newberry, and Lockabay and Clifton, your top 5. Lockabay slowly dropping back. Meanwhile, Clifton, Wizenette opening up a gap on Bajent and Newberry, who are running 2 and 3. Newberry looking to wear out the back bumper of Bajent as they race through turn 2 down the back straightaway. And here comes Crofton up top, looking to pass Stott for the number 6 spot. So we got Lockabay real slow down the back straightaway as we are now 2 to go, racing down the front straightaway into turn 1 as James Lockabay in that 99 pulls off at the top of turn 3. Wizenette still your leader as they roll through 3 and 4 with about a 2-car length lead. Coming out of turn 4 down the front straightaway, we have white flag, 1 to go. Wizenette, Bajent, and Newberry, your top 3, with a huge gap over the rest of the field. 4th, 5th, and 6th just now getting the white flag. Meanwhile, here comes Clifton, Wizenette out of turn 4, your IMCA Sport Compact feature winner. They'll definitely be there on the bumper. But now we are green flag racing way early. Devin Burgess out to an early lead now, racing down the front straightaway. Burgess running that mid to high groove. Bragg running the bottom off of turn 2, looking for the top spot. Now here comes Chris Florio up top down the back straightaway. Oh, Devin Burgess pushing through 3 and 4. Now here comes Bragg on the bottom. Bragg will be your leader. Burgess and Florio racing door to door down into turn 1. Florio way loose, pushing up into Burgess. Now Florio and Campbell racing down the back straightaway for the number 4 spot. Bragg pulling away from the field. Here comes Devin Burgess. Chris Florio booking it up top, closing the gap once again. Florio off of 4, hoping to make it door-to-door on the front straightaway. Racing down into turn 1 now, Chris Florio on the bottom, Burgess up top. Florio losing a little bit of ground, but staying right there with him. Tyler Bragg, your leader, running that mid-groove, slowly pulling away from the field. Burgess way up out of 4. Now Florio joining the top side. As he's all over his back bumper, coming out of turn 2, racing down the back straightaway. Florio pushing the cushion through 3 and 4, but Burgess opening up a gap, running that mid-groove. Bragg, Burgess, and Chris Florio, your top 3. So we got a battle for second between the 64 of Devin Burgess and the 21 of Chris Florio. Oh, and there goes Burgess around in the middle of 4. Burgess with a lot of smoke rolling into 3. But we are Southern Sport Mod racing once again. Chris and Taylor door-to-door down into turn 1. Racing for the number 2 spot. Chris on the bottom, Taylor up top. Door-to-door racing down the back straightaway. A little father-daughter rivalry as they race down into turn 3. Chris pushing Taylor up to the wall, coming out of turn 4. Chris will have the edge across the stripe. Meanwhile, Bragg slowly pulling away. Here comes Taylor, not giving up. High side hustling through 1 and 2. But now here comes Devin Burgess once again, closing the gap for 3rd. And Chris way up through 3 and 4, losing a lot of ground. Meanwhile, Devin Burgess closing the gap for that number 3 spot. Looking to cross up Taylor Florio for the number 3rd spot. Racing down through 3 and 4. It looks like Chris Florio's closing the gap little by little, but he's way squarely off of 4. We got 8 down and 7 to go. Devin Burgess wearing out the back bumper of Taylor Florio as they race down out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. As Burgess looks top shelf out of 4. Chris Bragg, still your leader, slowly pulling away from the field. As Chris Taylor and Burgess are hooking up on the top. Chris Bragg in the 24T, 21 of Chris Florio on the 21T of Taylor Florio, your top 3. Taylor Florio inching away from Burgess, making up a little bit of ground on her father, who's running second. As the number 24T of Tyler Bragg, your leader, is catching up to the 125 of Ollie Whitworth. On Chris way up through 1 and 2, almost up and over the cushion, losing a lot of ground to Chris Bragg. Taylor Florio putting a gap on Burgess. Everyone just about evenly spread. As Tyler Bragg, the leader, comes out of turn 4 looking 2 laps to go. Chris Florio on second, Taylor Florio on third, Devin Burgess in 4th. As they're coming up on lap traffic now. That 125 of Ollie Whitworth race down into turn 3. Tyler Bragg banging the bottom out of turn 4. We have 1 lap to go. White flag waving. Chris Bragg closing the gap. A hard run down into turn 1 on the bottom. Racing down through 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Chris Florio in hard into 1 and 2. We'll see what he throws at him through 3 and 4. High side hustling off of turn 4. The number 24T of Chris Bragg will be your feature winner.
This just feels so much better.
Lights are out. Speeds are picking up. It's time to drop the
car
hammer.
racing. Plonsky out to an early lead, but here comes Bizanet on the bottom. We got 3 wide racing for the top spot through 1 and 2. Bizanet coming out your leader. Oh, we got 2 4 cars together. Dennis Bizanet, your pole setter, now rolling them into turn 3. We have lights out. And now we are stock car racing once again off of turn 4. Clark and Taylor door-to-door racing for the number 2 spot into turn 1. Taylor all over the back of Bizanet through turn 2. Now running the bottom down the back straightaway for the top spot. Clark, Taylor and Bizanet pushing up. Here comes Taylor taking the lead away off of 4. Now Clark looking away to take away the number 2 spot from Bizanet racing into turn 1. Clark on the bottom, Bizanet up top. Racing down door-to-door off of turn 2 into the back straightaway. As we lost a bumper down the back straightaway as well. Bizanet in second, O'Brien in third. We are lights out down the back straightaway. We are green flag racing down into turn 3. Bizanet on the bottom through 3 and 4 looking for the top spot as they race down the front straightaway. Clark holding them off. Clark running that mid-groove. Bizanet and Taylor on the bottom, hoping for a run down the back straightaway. Here comes Taylor and O'Brien door-to-door down the back straightaway into 3. Taylor all over the back bumper of Bizanet, racing through turn 3. O'Brien crossing up Bizanet for second place off of 4, racing into turn 1. Now here comes Bizanet off the bottom of turns 1 and 2, door-to-door with O'Brien down the back straightaway, deep into turn 3. O'Brien, Bizanet, and Taylor, 3-car battle for the number 2 spot as they race door-to-door down the front straightaway. Clark, your leader, slowly pulling away from the field as Bizanet and O'Brien continue to duke it out, but here comes Taylor with a huge run off the bottom down the back straightaway. O'Brien way up through 4. Now back door-to-door, losing a second place to Bizanet. Now racing door-to-door with Taylor through 1 and 2. Here comes O'Brien crossing them up off the bottom down the back straightaway. Here comes Taylor, looking bottom side of Bisonet from the number 2 spot. We have a 3-car battle for the lead, door to door, off in turn 4. Your leader still Clark. Racing nose to tail, beating and banging down into turn 1. Here comes Dennis Bisonet on the bottom of 1 and 2. So we are looking lights out. Clark starting him down the back straightaway last time around. And we'll start him on the back straightaway once again. We are green flag, iStock Racing. Clark, your leader, followed by Bisonet. Now here comes O'Brien still in third from Plonsky as they race down into turn 3. And now we have 3 wide off of turn 2 down the back straightaway as they sandwich Plonsky in the middle. But here comes Bisonet banging the bottom through 3 and 4, looking for the top spot. But Clark retaining the lead, racing down the front straightaway. They're single file, bumper to bumper, all running that bottom to mid groove. Now down the back straightaway. Oh, Taylor giving Bisonet a little bump down through 3 and 4. Keeping it steady. Clark, Bisonet, Taylor, your top 3. Here comes Bisonet on the bottom of 1 and 2. Looking bottom side of Clark off at turn 2, racing down the back straightaway. Roaring down into turn 3, Bisonet challenging your leader. Oh, they stack up. Now here comes Bisonet. Getting a great run off the bottom. Bisonet, your new leader. Taylor moving up to second. O'Brien to third. Your leader, Clark, now falling back to 4th. Here comes O'Brien on the bottom of Taylor as they race down the back straightaway for second place. Racing deep into turn 3. Here comes O'Brien off the bottom. Taylor off the top. If they come across the stripe, we have 8 laps down and 7 to go. We have 4 cars left, 4 cars battling for the top spot. Bisonet, O'Brien, Taylor, and Clark. Taylor beating the bumper off of O'Brien through 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. As O'Brien looks to close the gap on your leader, Bisonet. Having to choke up a bit, not to loop him around. Clark with the run down the back straightaway, looking bottle side of O'Brien through 3 and 4. Coming, racing down the front straightaway. We have 5 laps to go. O'Brien pushing up through 1 and 2. Taylor taking the open door, door to door, racing down the back straightaway into turn 3. O'Brien and Taylor not giving up an inch, racing out of turn 4. A slide job for the number 2 spot. Number 5 of Taylor, now up to second place. Here comes O'Brien crossing him up on the bottom off of turn 2. Bisonet, your leader, slowly opening up a gap. O'Brien looking to cross him up 2 sideways, losing a lot of ground off of turn 4. As Clark looks to make it a battle for third with O'Brien. As Bisonet, your leader, slowly checking out from the field. But here comes the number 5 of Clark, not far behind, now rolling off of turn 4. We have 2 laps to go. Bisonet, Clark, O'Brien. Bisonet, Taylor, O'Brien, your top 3. Taylor, Bisonet with about a 2-car length lead as they race down into turn 3. Taylor hard on the bottom tires. We have 1 lap to go. We've got the white flag waving. Taylor will have a straightaway and 2 more corners to close that gap and try for the top spot. Bisonet leading the field down into turn 3. They touch in the middle of 3 and 4. Here comes Taylor on the bottom. But Bisonet with the run off the top will be your feature winner. Honest, everybody in the first 5 rows is definitely a contender for this feature event. This is going to be an action-packed race filled with a lot of fast cars, but now we are green flag racing. Howard already giving Jeffrey Weston Abbey some trouble off the start. And we are 3 wide racing for the number 4 spot into turn 1. We got contact, wheel hop once again. Abbey getting looped around. But we are lights out. You're 21, your pole sitter Clint Howard rolling the field through 3 and 4. And we are factory stock racing once again as they roar down the front straightaway. Racing down into turn 1. We got 3 wide once again. Baker, Wallem, Nino battling for 4th. Bisonet going to be your leader off the top side of 2. Now here comes Weston Abbey looking bottom side of Howard as they race down into turn 3. Looks like we got a battle off of 4 for 4th. Nino coming back for 4th, taken away from Wallem. Jeffrey Abbey already working back up to 6th, battling with Shelby Baker through turns 1 and 2 as they race door to door off the corner down the back straightaway. Wallem now looking to make a pass for 4th on the bottom of Nino coming out of turn 4. Bisonet slowly opening up a gap. Jeffrey Abbey running 3rd all over the back bumper of Howard through turns 1 and 2, looking bottom side down the back straightaway. Now looking top side through 3 and 4. Abbey and Howard door to door for the number 2 spot. Abbey crossing them over off of turn 4 down to the bottom. Abbey taking 2nd place away from Howard, racing into turn 1. Jeffrey Abbey now setting his sights on Dennis Bisonet, your race leader. Meanwhile, we got a battle back for 5th. Weston and Wallem duking it out for the number 5 spot. Bisonet loosed off of turn 4. Here comes Abbey off the bottom, racing for the top spot. Racing down into turn 1. Abbey on the bottom, Bisonet up top. Abbey with a strong run off the bottom, but Bisonet with the momentum off that top groove. Racing down into turn 3, door to door. Abbey banging the bottom around the corner. Coming out of turn 4. Abbey, your new leader across the stripe. Bisonet looking high line, looking for a run off the cushion as they race out of turn 2. But Abbey will remain your leader as they race down the back straightaway into turn 3. Back for 4th, we got Grant, Wallem, and Nino duking it out through 3 and 4. We got some contact. Nino sideways, almost door-to-door action. Wallem looking bottom side of Nino through 1 and 2 as they race out of 2 down the back straightaway. Wallem racing hard into turn 3. Looking bottom side of Nino. Off of turn 4, they touch coming out of turn 4. Nino pushes up to the wall. Wallem taking 4th, O'Brien up to 5th. Nino falling back to 6th. Here comes O'Brien looking bottom side of Wallem now down the back straightaway. Your leader, Jeffrey Abbey off of turn 4. We have 8 down, 7 to go. Now here comes Terry Dumas looking inside of Weston Abbey for the number 8 spot. Your battle on the track now. O'Brien and Wallem duking it out down the back straightaway for the number 4 spot. O'Brien throwing it in hard into 3 all over the back bumper of Wallem coming out of turn 4. Bisonet in 2nd, slowly making up that gap that Jeffrey Abbey put on him. Jeffrey Abbey, Dennis Bisonet, Clint Howard, your top 3. Meanwhile, Wallem and O'Brien still duking it out for the number 4 spot. O'Brien way sideways off of 4, looking bottom side of Wallem as they race down the front straightaway. Down into turn 1, O'Brien on the bottom, banging the bottom through 1 and 2. Door to door with Wallem for the number 4 spot. Bisonet now a car length away from Abbey as they race down the front straightaway into turn 1. As Howard is slowly falling back, Wallem and O'Brien making up some ground. You can see O'Brien throwing the car in there hard, throwing everything, even the kitchen sink, trying to get that number 4 spot away. Back now, a battle for 6. We got Nino and Dumas duking it out for the number 6 spot. We have Dennis Bisonet way slow down the back straightaway as your leader, Jeffrey Abbey, comes across. We have 2 laps to go. Bisonet falling way back. Howard up to 2nd, Wallem 3rd, O'Brien 4th, Nino 5th. Jeffrey Abbey, your leader, with the straightaway lead. Coming out of turn 4, we'll have white flag, 1 lap to go. Abbey, your leader. Wallem and Howard, O'Brien, 3-way battle for the number 2 spot off of turn 4. Nino to the bottom of O'Brien as they race into turn 1 for the number 4 spot. Nino takes the number 4 spot away. Spadaro spun in 3 and 4. We have green flag racing. Abby, your feature winner. Now here comes Wallem on the underside of Howard for the number 2 spot. Racing down the front straightaway, Howard. Wallem will take 2nd place. Howard in 3rd. Peter DeGroat leading him down into turn 3. Looking lights out. Where IMCA modified racing off of turn 4. Abby and DeGroat already duking it out for the top spot. Abby pushing the cushion hard through 1 and 2 as they race down the back straightaway. Hardy Henderson on the bottom, taking away the number 5 spot. Now looking to take away 4th from Egbert as they race through turns 3 and 4. Deming all over the place through 3 and 4. Now racing into turns 1 and 2. Hardy Henderson on the bottom, taking the 4th spot away. But here comes Egbert up on the top, not giving up easy, racing door to door deep into turn 3. Deming choking a little bit through 3 and 4, giving up ground to Hardy and Egbert. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Abbey leading the field by a mile. Egbert and Deming duking it out for the number 4 spot as they race door to door down the back straightaway. Deep into turn 3, Egbert on the bottom, Deming up top. Here comes Good Jr. looking to join the mix. Way up off of turn 4, almost into the wall. Here comes Hardy Henderson with the battle for 2nd, challenging Peter DeGroat off the bottom of turn 2. Door to door racing down the back straightaway into turn 3. Henderson on the bottom, DeGroat up top. Now here comes Henderson with a slide job off in turn 4 for the number 2 spot. Jeffrey Abbey with his bus driving skills taking the field to school. He's got a straightaway lead, but here comes Hardy Henderson like a rocket out of turn 4. Peter DeGroat is in 3rd, Egbert in 4th, Deming in 5th, your top 5. Rogers in that 0-2 off the back straightaway now. We have 6 cars left. Jeffrey Abbey on the 37 car really finding something up on the cushion, booking it around the track. Well, he was elbows up, hammer down, but now we have a battle for 3rd. We have Egbert and DeGroat duking it out down the back straightaway into turn 3. DeGroat running the bottom, Egbert on the top side. Now here comes Egbert on the bottom of 1 and 2, looking to take the 3rd spot away from DeGroat. Door to door racing down the back straightaway as your leader comes out at turn 4. We have 8 down, 7 to go. Egbert slowing through 3 and 4, looking to cross them up, but it's not enough. DeGroat back to 3rd place. Hardy Henderson in that white 63 machine slowly closing the gap on your leader, Jeffrey Abbey. Meanwhile, still a battle happening behind for 3rd place. Egbert and DeGroat duking it out every lap, every corner. Here comes Egbert on the bottom of DeGroat through turns 1 and 2. Nose to tail racing down into turn 3. Egbert looking top shelf. DeGroat pushing up the track. Egbert looking to cross over off of turn 4. Door to door racing into turn 1. Egbert moving up to 3rd, DeGroat back to 4th after the crossover. Now we got a battle way back in 5th. Deming and Good Jr. duking it out, racing through turns 3 and 4. Good Jr. just coming up short on that number 5 spot on the 3 C of Deming. Deming in hard into a rut in 1 and 2, losing a lot of ground. Good Jr. takes the number 5 spot. We got the 37 of Jeffrey Abbey, your leader, pushing the cushion in 2nd as Hardy Henderson banging the bottom around the track. Making it a half straightaway lead now, but I don't know if it'll be enough. We have 2 laps to go. Abbey, Henderson, Egbert, DeGroat, Good Jr. and Deming. You're 6. Now here comes your leader, Abbey, off of turn 4. 1 lap to go. Racing into turn 1, throwing it in hard. Abby pushing way up onto the cushion. Here comes Artie Henderson off at 2. Will he have enough? 2 corners left. Here comes your leader, Weston Abbey, pushing the cushion off of 4. The number 37 of Weston Abbey, Jeffrey Abbey, your feature winner.